How you're doing, Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. Let's get on with our car's iNext Sportster. Swingarm. Yeah, let's have a look. Righto, regular readers will have seen me make the pillbox adjusters. Oh, pardon me, which are for the back of the swing arm. Yeah, so they're going to replace this to take the V-rod wheel handle up cool. Kind of something like that. And what we've got, we've put the job back on the jig look. We've got the headstock clamped up. We've got it all centralised with some stays to stop it moving side to side. And we've clamped down the swing arm. We've just made these spaces off camera. We're going to video this, but I was speaking to my dad. So if you're pissed that you didn't see me make these spaces and these spaces, oh, and these spaces, then you need to moan at Gus. Dad, if you're watching and they don't like it, they can be mighty with you. Happy days. Right, so we've got it all clamped up. We know where we need to be. That's all dead central. It didn't drop on us. But it will do when I extend it, because I need to pull all of this back 4 inches. Yeah, we're going to have a shocker running through the middle, single direct monoshock, kind of, excuse me, fucking it's heavy, this is kind of like that. Yeah, down to where the swing arm is. I did consider not making the swing arm as long and having it forward, but I think it looks shit, to be honest. And we're thinking about oil tanks and stuff, aren't we? So I'd sooner leave that area free. Make sure you can get the bolt in and out and see where this comes there. And it comes to about here, which is 4 inches from where that is. So we're going to extend the swing arm 4 inches, which means this block will end up there, and we'll pick up the bolt holes accordingly. Happy days. So that's kind of jigged out, yeah? The frame's going to be where the frame's going to be, and we're going to work around it to make the swing arm. We've got one to copper for the shape, although ours is going to be 4 inches longer and 30mm wider, I think it is. These spacers are going to be replaced with these spacers because the V-rod wheel is wider, and we've got the offset sprocket that runs along and goes to this wonderful alley adapter that I made to take the Sportster sprocket on the V-rod wheel. Right now, so we've got these back jobbies that are going to go there, but we need to make something for the front jobbies, because we're going to have 2 bits of 1-inch tubing. We're going to do a twin rail 1-inch swing arm, and they've got to join onto this end, and they ain't going to fit on there. Like, what's that, fucking 3/4 of an inch, if that. So I need to work a solution whereby, there's one off here, look, whereby these bearings, yeah, fit in a cup that I can weld the new rails on. Now, I've thought about all sorts. I've thought about cutting these off and machining them round and pressing them into a sleeve, which seems quite opportune. I've also thought about pressing the bearings out and sizing everything up and making brand new ones from scratch. I'm a little bit worried that welding distortion is going to stop the bearings going back in. Although I suppose I'd fit them before I welded it, so that's not really an issue. I'm going to have a look at taking those bearings out and seeing if I can get some measurements and then make some brand new ends that wide on there, like round bits on there. This diameter, a bit longer. We can take the tube off, that will sink inside. Happy days. This end will do the same. That will sink in, so it'll all be countersunk and look quite sweet. That's the plan. Let's see if I can strip them bearings out of there and do a drawing and get machining some bits. So yeah, there's a snap ring, look, that I've took off. It goes in there and holds it in. And it's not proving too difficult to drift it out. Oh, I don't know if you can see it coming out there. The only problem is that the drift I'm using it's a little bit too big, so I need to just get this bit of tube, a bit of backbone. I'm going to face it off, and I'm going to just take a little bit off the OD, just so it don't bind on the swing arm as I'm knocking the bearing out. Sacrificial drift, that's what we'll call it. If it fails, I'll make one out solid with a recess to miss the bearing itself, like to miss a big ball thing in the middle of it. But I'm hoping this will do it quick and easy like. Oh yeah, and at the time of filming, I'm just getting washed up and ready to go to the dentist. Now, those who know me know that I've not much use for a dentist, really, to be fair, like, but I think they might be keeping my top set because I've got a cleatus. We've got one missing and they don't fit as well as they should, so I might have to go a few days without any fucking top teeth. So it's going to be soup and fucking soft foods for me. We'll see. You'll see on the next video, this afternoon's video. If I talk a bit weird and I don't do any pieces to camera, it might be because I'm fucking got no top teeth, innit? Right, for fuck's sake, I'm back from the dentist, right? They're about to send my dentures off, both sets, and it'll be at least a week. So, there you fucking go. God fucking hell, I look more like Cletus every fucking day. Right, just a quick amendment. It's inch and 7/16, not 7/16, Ralfy. I'm looking at tooling and thinking that ain't right. 7/16 is fucking weak. No. We need that. I found some material which is not quite the right size. I'm just going to face this up and machine it down to that 2 inch and flip it and do the same. Righto, so let's touch on, I think it's about 60 mil. So we can take a healthy clean up cut and have a measure, can't we? Not a very healthy cut, Ralfy. Clean on it. There we go. And then I can set my digital readout and we can go from there, can't we? So let's have a measure. We've got Oh, 2 39/28, eh? That's like 37 and 11 pence. 58.61. So I'll set my read out. X is 58.61, and there's a lot of tolerance on this. Let me go down to 57. As long as it's the same as as long as they're both the same as each other, the outside diameter and the big pocket that we're going to machine into it are not over crucial sizes. The crucial bits, the bearing fit. So we need to have a shit together when it comes to doing that. Right, that's 57. We'll go 54. Like that. Seems to be cutting rather nicely. And you can join me when we're finishing up. Right, onto the final cut. To bring this down to size, it is a little long, so I won't bore you with me facing it up to length, I don't think, but we'll see. Just bring that up to there, and then I'm going to wind it out very, very slightly as it finishes its cut and knock my feed off. There we go, and away that goes. Happy days. Right, so I've just used my DRO to length this off to, what have I got? 50 mil. So we touch there and we zero a digital readout, and then we wind out 50 mil, which tells us that it's fucking long now. Right. So all of that end there needs to go bye-byes. I might part it off, but it's sticking out a bit. We're there, look. So all of that material needs to fuck off. Have a think about it. I reckon I'm going to drill it out and then part it off. So I'll just place it up like fucking so, quite aggressively. Yeah, a bit. No, I mean I'm not afraid to take an healthy cut because it's all going bye-byes, ain't it? There we go. So we'll do that, look. And because it's good practice, we'll break that edge and then we'll get stuff set up and rough the hole out the middle like. Right, we'll come in with a centaur drill. I've just sharpened my drill bit. Not this one. So I've robbed my knife, look, I've just brought my knife back. Let's get some lube on the job, because that's what separates us from the animals, eh? Fucking Freddie Parrotface Davis. Who remembers him? That's how I feel like I'm fucking talking with no fucking chompers in. I'm going to dig my old sets out. I've got a couple of old sets, you know. The top set cracked in half, and I repaired it myself. I actually made an impression, bought all the kit off fucking the Amazon, like. But made myself an impression of me fucking top of my mouth, and then made a plaster cast of it, and laid the denture on it, and bonded it with denture fucking repair stuff, like. Fucking wild. So I'm seeing if I don't look like fucking Sugar or feel like I've got a plastic fucking clog in my mouth when I get back later. Right, let's get this piloted out. I've just tickled this up on the grinder, like I said, so she's cutting nicely. Righto, so with that piloted through, I was well pleased with the grind on that drill actually. I've had to step up my pilot drill because I've worn one out, it's too short now. That got elected the position of new pilot drill. Right, let's get in with this old girl. And we'll just rough this through. It does settle down as it gets on with the cut. Honest to God, it's not fucking... It's not that much of a lassie like, if you know, you know. But I will machine that through. Mostly off camera, I think.
Don't forget folks, our Fuckstock stickers are now available in our Etsy store, link in the description below. Fuckstock, you know it makes sense.
Alright, we're almost there now. I've had to move the tailstock forward to get the root. So I'm thinking we're getting up to 2 inch mark now. And then we can trace it all one, push it off the length side there. Come on, any minute now. Right, here we go, I think. This feels like it's going through. Cheers then, thanks for fucking coming. So we'll get that out of the way. We'll have a quick clean up and get this machine to length. Right out. With that clean up job done, we can come just shy of that shoulder that I made with a parting torch, lock off my saddle and send it. Plenty of lube. There she blows. Come on baby. Took longer than I thought. Loose. Job done. Righto, we've had a double check with the measure and we're on 0.96. Oh, there we go. Down to 50. The old digital readout still set. So I'm just going to face it off down to 50mm long, and then we'll machine up the pocket out for that bearing. Next on the agenda. Come on. There is 50 on the nose, and away she goes. Happy days. Right, now we're on to the boring bit. I'm yet to find a way that I can hold my camera and film this so you can see better. So I'm afraid you're going to have to deal with the fact that it is what it is. We need to make this fit that bearing now. Excuse me. And it is 36 point whatever it is by 10 point something deep. We're going to go like 20mm deep because we're going to take all the arse end out of it when we flip it around. I just want to set my digital readout. So I've zeroed it on there. That holds about 30mm. So we've got plenty to play with, he says, if you had his fucking feeds and speeds around the right way. So we'll give that a clean up pass down to 20mm deep, and then we'll have a measure and we're looking at taking it out to size. Like I say, I'm struggling to film this, struggle to hold my fucking phone. 20 mil, there you go. To film this very good, you'd be better off looking from here like, but I can't do that, so you can't. 30 point, that is 30.64, I'll call that. So we set a B down. X equals 30.64, enter. And we want 36.43, so we'll go a couple of minutes at a time. 32.4, and so on and so forth. You can join me again when we're getting the final cut in. Righto, this should be our final cut, 36.4. I don't want it to be a rock hard fucking drift it in an outfit. At the same time, it don't need to be sloppy, does it? So 36.4 we've gone. So we'll just have that out of the way. Break that edge. And have a fucking measure. We've got shit in there. Hold on. .3435 maybe I've got 36.33. Let's try the bearing. I don't think it's going to go at that. No. Never been on to Sunday. Someone's already had a go at it. It almost wants to go, but not quite. So we'll give that a very light cut. 36.42. Give that a nice spring pass and see how we get on with that. Yes, that's much better. Get that edge top of that. There's a fucking big plane going over, I don't know if you can hear it. So, that now, I'm going with that fucking going there, just about. I don't want to push it in there, this is warm. The problem with working on bits that are newly machined is, look, it starts on that bit and it just nips up, so I reckon that'd knocks the fuck off. That'd knock in. The problem is this cools down and shrinks slightly and grabs that forever like, well you knock it through from the other side in all fairness, if that hole inside's big enough. I'm going for another light spring pass and we're going to call that a knock in. We're going to call that done. So here we go, 34.42. It's doing fuck all out there, not even taking fuck all off. Well, very light fucking clean up pass. Cheers and thanks for coming. Right, that's done it. Honestly, it looked like it was cutting fuck all, but that'll go in there now. I don't want to get stuck. There you go. So we'll flip this around and we'll bore the arse end out of it. We'll rip the arse out of it. Oh, blow me. I'll blow off, have a quick clean up. And then bore this out much bigger and much deeper. Right, so we were just machining the other end for the bearing to fit in, and that needs to be 10 point something deep. 10.4 deep. So we're going to use the old fucking, just drop this in neutral. We're going to use the old fucking backstop trick. Look, I'm going to wind this tool all the way down until it touches the chuck, which is where the job is. The job's hard against the chuck when I put it in, and then we zero a digital readout and we come out 10.8. Again, it's not over crucial. 10.5 would do it. It just needs to be a little bit more, 10 thou more bearings sticking out, it don't really matter. But we'll go 10.8 because that's what it says. It's there, then we zero it again. And all we do when we're machining now is work up to that zero, minus nothing, and then out again, so that we can get the depth. Get the right bit here, the register for the bearing is going to be the right thickness. Yeah, I know what I mean. Right, now this needs to be 43 in diameter and down to that zero mark. I'm doubting my tip. Let's see how it cuts. What did we say? 43, so we'll start at 33, which is there. And we'll fly that end down to 0. Before we get to actual size, we'll have a measure. So we've got to go another 25mm deep. Yeah, so I won't bore you with me boring all of that. And here we are, intermediate cut at 37. We'll probably do it in another 37, that'll be 40 and then 43. So that's happy days. We'll take this down to that, just shy. I'll do 3/4 of a mil or half a mil or whatever, shy. So that brings us, hold on, there it is. Just sneaking up on it now. I'll leave minus a mil and then we'll clean that up at the end. So there, minus a mil, back out to 40. Come on, baby. Which is there. Send it down to minus a mil, etc., etc. Right, last cut. So you can't see a fucking lot. So this is out to 43. We'll take it down to 0, wind it in to clean the end up, and the job's a fit. Okie dokie, so yeah, it's a fucking loop there. I know it's the right depth. 43.2. We're not bothered about that, or 5/10 that's showing now. No, it's absolutely peachy. So it's hotter than a pistol. Yeah, we'll have that out and call that one done. Righto, I've just had a visitor, a very welcome visitor. Picked that threaded spindle. If you follow along, I made a spindle a few weeks ago and he's just had an hip replacement and he's back mobile, so he's just been and picked it up. Our Edward, I don't think he watches, but shout out to Edward. That's both of them made. That one's still fucking hot. How hot is it? That hot? Yeah, ow. That one's cold. So now, if I can manage it, hold on, here we go. Yeah, we've got 2 reels, haven't we? That need stamping left and right before we get on, so we don't mismatch these and they don't fit like. And 2 fronts that are going to go where they are. I'm going to strip this swing arm out, take the bearings out of this one. Now I understand how they go working on. This is our chollers, the one I've took it out of, but I'll knock it back in, I guess. Anyway, take the bearings out of here, press them into them fronts, and take the swing arm. Well, obviously I take the swing arm out, but I can move this swing arm mount back to here, so that gives us a 4-inch. I've also marked the angle of the dangle because it don't sit level, so we can put these at 1.7 degrees downwards rather, yeah. And everything should be tickety fucking boo. So there we go. Front chat's made, bearings in. I didn't bother filming me knocking them out and tapping them in because, you know, they're ready to fit. Axle, pillbox axle boxes, axle plates, they're ready to fit. We've got the adapters to fit in there to take the jig and the spacers to space it out. We've moved this back the 4 inches that we've worked out it needs, which we can double check before we start putting rails in. We'll get that all bolted up and set up, and then it's all systems fucking go. So there you go. It just leaves me as always to apologise for a lack of teeth. Thank you for watching, and say if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and a sub. Follow along, we'll get on and do the swing arm next. Check out all the bump in the description below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Big love everyone. See you soon.